Hi guys, it's Aji. So for today's video, it's going to be a part 2 of the previous video. If you're here, I'm guessing that you already came from the other video that I made where I swatched the complete shades of the Focallure Super Velvet lipsticks. If not, I'll link it up here. But for the part 2 of this video, I'm going to talk about my favorite shades. I'm going to show you 5 lip combos. We are going to test it for being waterproof, transfer proof, or smudge proof. And also, lastly, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my complete thought on the entire line, the color, the pigment, and everything. So with that, let's start on with the video. Okay, since you already came from there, my favorite shades are probably the brown toned ones. Are we surprised at this point that I love brown so much? The very neutral MLBB ones are the ones I'm more gravitating to. So with that being said, I'm going to show you guys my favorite lip combos for the collection. So for this combo, as well as the other combos that I'll be doing, the first one that I'll be applying will be in a diffused manner, and I'm going to apply the next color on my inner lip in a Korean gradient lip style. Okay, so now that the lip combos are done, we are going to test whether these are waterproof, smudge proof, and transfer proof. Let's start off with being transfer proof. Now, Focallure claims that this will transfer a little bit, but the color should stay on your lips. We are going to be expecting a little bit of transfer, so let's try. This is the color transfer that it left, so it's not totally transfer proof, but as you can see, their claim is true in the way that it still stayed on my lips. The color is still very intact, not patchy, not splotchy or anything, so I'm good with that. For waterproof test, I'm going to take another lipstick again, swatch them on the back of my hand. So now that it's completely dried down, I'm going to take some spray. So this is what happens when you try to spray it with water. So this is waterproof. And I believe that because it's a velvet formula, the main ingredient, or at least one of the top ingredients of this, is silicone. So it is by nature kind of hydrophobic. So water will not stick to it whatsoever. Even when I like rub it, the water won't stick to the colors. So you can see right there. Now that the transfer proof test is done, let me give you guys an info about these lipsticks. If you've tried the Focallure lip glaze, the first one that they released, you will already be very familiar with how this feels. But in case you have not tried any velvet lipsticks yet, this one feels very smooth, like very silky smooth. If I were to compare it to the Focallure one, the Focallure one is kind of like a matte velvet. It's very soft as well, but this one is, I feel like, would be best described as a satin matte. So the thing with this is that although very velvety, has a different kind of finish than the lip clay one. This one applies on a little bit shinier, but when you dab it off with a tissue, it becomes completely matte. So this is 104. When you apply a very thick layer, as you can see, it still kind of reflects shine a bit. But if we dab it a little with our fingers or a tissue, it kind of turns matte. Like you can see now, it does not reflect so much light. It can go from a satin matte to a completely matte finish with just a few dabs of your finger or tissue. So that's like a really amazing feature that I like about this one. Like I showed you a while ago, it's waterproof. It's not transfer proof, but it's very long lasting. It can withstand eating. The color really stays on your lips, kind of like a stronger, more pigmented stain. And when it comes to pigment, this really is like no competition. It really is super good. Even the light, like kind of pastel-y tones appeared very well on my lips with just a few swipes. If you like to wear them diffused, like a really small amount will go a long way to staining your lips completely with color. So yeah, the pigment of this is super amazing. In terms of pigment, I would say it equals the lip clay ones. However, one change that I noticed when comparing both of these lines is that the lip clay ones kind of have a more muted color to them, whereas these ones have a more bright, more... It's not necessarily more pigmented, it's just that the colors here appear brighter and more vivid than the lip clay ones. So that's one thing that you have to note. I would also like to comment something about their color range. If you're someone who's looking for more bright or unique colors, this collection is not necessarily going to be for you. This color, like I said, has 6 color categories. Most of them have a red base. It's a very red-centric collection, I would say. The only brown tones that I saw were from the nude collection, the 103, 104, and 401. Otherwise, they all had varying strengths of red pigment to them. In terms of comfort, this is also an A+. I think you guys already know, you've heard it from my other velvet lip collections, but I really like velvet lipsticks because I hate the feeling of shriveled lips, and these do not give you that at all. So in terms of scent, these smell very fruity, sweet, florally almost. I'm really bad with fragrance notes, so bear with me. But if you need a reference, if you have these velvet lipsticks from Focallure, these smell very close to each other. I think those are my overall individual thoughts for the lipsticks. Now let's go to my ratings. So for the price of 117 and 130 pesos, it's already very good. I really think it's like super nice and super worth it. But if you buy from Shopee, they currently have a bundle sale going on where you can buy a bundle of 2 for the price of 178, which cuts down the price of the individual lipsticks to 89 pesos. That's like so good. It's kind of like getting a 50% off almost sale per lipstick. So for that, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 on the price. I think it's super good and super worth it considering that the pigment you get is nice. Yeah. For packaging, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. I really don't find anything wrong with this. It's a very classy packaging, definitely much different than the one that they had on the lip clay one. This has the name of the brand, Focallure, and Super Velvet on the other side. This one also says the name of the brand, this gold foil right here, along with this peach colored cap and the cream off-white body. If you ask me, it looks very high-end, very much like sophisticated lipstick. So yeah, packaging, 10 out of 10. For the performance, I'd have to give it a 9 out of 10. My comment is that there's essentially nothing wrong with this. It performs like the lip clay. I like them just like how I like the lip clay, and the color range in this one is actually very impressive. Although it's very red centric, I can still find a few shades that I would work with as someone who likes more nude brown tones. There are a lot, like you've seen the 201, 202, 203. The 20 line category in this collection is just colors that I would not personally wear for every day. I'm not someone who likes pink on the lips, like bright pink, so that's just purely preference. I do have to take a point off the score because I noticed that with the darker colors, it kind of gets hard to diffuse when you apply a little bit. It immediately stains and it kind of gets hard to blend, hard to diffuse. The color ends up being patchy when you apply it in a diffused way. So that's just something to take note. I noticed especially, I believe it's with the 402 shade or 502. You probably already saw it in my other video, but I did have kind of trouble blending out most of the darker shades. I believe it has something to do with like their formulation, because I did not experience that with any of the nude colors or light colors. So yeah, for performance, I would still have to give it a 9 out of 10. Overall though, if you consider the price, if you consider the packaging, the comfort, the scent, the overall experience of using these lipsticks, it's a yes for me. I 100% approve getting your hands on these lipsticks. And side comment is that Focallure like ships out products very quickly. You're bound to get yours in less than a week if you're in the city, or if you're in the province like me, you will get your products in a week or so. It just ships very fast. So yeah, that's it for this review video. It was so hard to film because of the noise, like just outside my window. Oh my god. But would I recommend this collection? 100% yes. It's super good, super affordable. It has everything that you would want. It's comfortable without like the matte feeling. So yeah, overall, I'm just really amazed with Focallure. They constantly come out with products that blow your mind every single time. But yeah, if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you like me, make sure to follow me on all of my social medias. And if you want to keep seeing content like this, then consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Comment down below what lip combo you'd like or what lip combo you think I should try next. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!